Good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining the virtual presentation of the 2020 NASSP Advocacy Champion of the Year Award. This recognition is given annually to a school leader who has made significant and outstanding contributions to advancing the policy agenda of NASSP and advocating on behalf of all school leaders to ensure the success of each student. By meeting with lawmakers and organizing other colleagues to use their civic voices, the Advocacy Champion of the Year helps drive the grassroots energy that enables school leaders to impact public policy. Now, to start our program this afternoon and to announce this year's champion, here is NASSP Executive Director, Joanne Bartoletti.
Thank you, Greg, and welcome to everyone. You know, more and more principals are recognizing the authority their voices carry. Public surveys from the American Federation of Teachers, from the Center for American Progress, and other prominent groups consistently reflect that more than 80% of people trust their local principals on matters of education. That trust was reflected most recently in a study of industry leaders led by the Pew Research Center that found that principals are more trustworthy even than military leaders, police, and elected officials. Your voice matters. And NASSP has found ways to amplify your voice in the federal policy arena to the benefit of your school and to your students. Of course, that influence means that principals have to make advocacy a priority, which is no easy task, especially now with so many other priorities competing for your time. Fortunately, we know principals like Dr. Erica Burton of Westwood Middle School in Spokane, Washington. Erica is a top volunteer advocate for principals and serves as the NASSP Middle Level State Coordinator in Washington. In that role, she informs school leaders across the state about federal education policy and advocates and motivates her colleagues to use their civic voices to advocate for the priorities of school leaders to members of Congress. By regularly meeting with lawmakers in her state, even inviting them to shadow her at her school for a day as often as possible, she's developed meaningful relationships that allow her to productively address the needs of her staff and her students. But Erica's advocacy doesn't stop there. She regularly attends NASSP advocacy events, the National Principals Conference, the Region 7 Fall Conference, and all Association of Washington School Principals board meetings throughout the year. Participating in those events gives Erica direct opportunities to meet with lawmakers in Washington, D.C. and Olympia, and enables her to further hone her skills as an advocate. So, for her significant contributions to advancing the policy agenda of NASSP and advocating on behalf of school leaders to strengthen America's public schools and ensure the success of each student, I'm proud to virtually present the 2020 NASSP Advocacy Champion of the Year Award to Dr. Erica Burton. Erica, this is only a proxy for your award. Your award is locked up in our office in Reston, but we're going to be happy to present that to you. Congratulations to you, and thank you for your work and for the model you provide to so many of your colleagues across the nation.
Okay, Roz.
Hi, everyone. My name is Roz Thompson. I'm the Director of Government Relations for the Association of Washington School Principals. We were so thrilled to nominate Erica for this award. At AWSP, we work hard to influence not only national issues, but also our state legislators and policymakers. Erica takes the time to advocate at both levels, in addition to running a building full-time, which is no easy task. She is such a strong leader in her district and in our state, and I know for her that is just a part of who she is as a leader. But spending time away from her building and her community to take such an active role in advocacy is admirable. She consistently reaches out to our state lawmakers to have conversations in coffee shops or to have them visit her school to shadow her work. And I remember one middle level meeting with about 10 principals from across our state. We were meeting together online, and Erica had a legislator with her that day, so he participated in that meeting as well. For her, that was just another part of her day, but that legislator gained a tremendous amount of information from shadowing Erica. Her efforts help influence people. As we develop our legislative platform each year, Erica talks passionately about the needs of students. From mental health resources and trainings to equity issues, Erica advocates that students' needs should come first. She travels across the state each year to our capital to participate in our Day on the Hill, and she always shares action alerts, both for national and state issues with other principals across our state. I rely on Erica's input each week on our advocacy committee calls when our legislature is in session. It's her experiences as a principal that help me do my job representing the principal voice with our policymakers. We think so highly of the work that Erica does as a building leader and as a leader in our state, and we are thrilled that she has received this national recognition. Congratulations from all of us at AWSP.
So let me just confirm, is Congresswoman McMorris Rodgers on with us?
I am. I'm here. I was on earlier, so I've been listening. I was trying to get on the video link, which I think I've now been able to do. So,
well, I want to welcome you, and I'm to tell you how pleased I am that you're able to be part of this activity for us today, this celebration of Erica today, and would like to have you say a few words, but let me just take a moment to thank you. I think folks on the call know that you represent Washington's 5th district, but we're recording this, so I want to be sure I get everything in there. The 5th district that includes Spokane, Cheney, and Eastern Washington. And in 2018, you were a champion for an NASSP top priority item in our legislative agenda, the Stop School Violence Act, which provided critical new funding to assist schools to enhance their safety and violence prevention efforts. So I'm really thankful to you, Congresswoman, on behalf of educators and students. I want to thank you again for joining us today. And let me ask you to share some of your thoughts with us.
Great. It's wonderful to be with all of you. Thank you for what you're doing, especially now in this uncertain and anxious time. I have 3 school-age kids at home, and I'm even more grateful today for students and teachers and principals, educators that give me hope, especially as a parent. I'm here today to join in saying congratulations to Erica. I am disappointed we can't be doing this in person, but what an incredible honor. Thank you for being such a strong and passionate advocate for Washington schools and your students at Westwood Middle School. Over the last couple of years, I've been working to visit the high schools in Eastern Washington, and I've had the chance to meet some of your former students, and it's clear that you've made a lasting difference in their lives and building future leaders. So thank you, congratulations. Thank you, NASSP, for all that you're doing. We are in this together, and I just am so grateful for your commitment to the next generation, to making sure that every child has the opportunity to reach their full potential, and especially now, giving strength and hope to our kids during this uncertain time. So congratulations, Erica, and thank you all. It's good to be with you.
Thank you, Congresswoman. I think we're turning this back over to Bob Frese.
Yep,
Well,
Bob and Erica.
Yeah, well, let me turn it to Erica. This is about you, so we'll give you the mic for just a few moments.
Thank you so much for this honor. As principals, we all advocate for our students, schools, and communities. To represent the state of Washington and all of our good work is a privilege. For me, this is a recognition of the collective work of so many leaders who advocate for the best interests of students and schools. I am humbled to represent my fellow principals. Shout out to the 509 with this Advocacy Award. Thank you so much.
So Erica, this is Bob Frese, Director of Communications at NASSP. Then first, let me add my name to the long list of congratulations that you have received and that you are receiving. Joanne told us earlier that, reminded us of something that we already know, that you and all principals are pulled in so many different directions right now, especially now during the course of this pandemic. Why is it that you make advocacy a priority among the hundreds of other things that you have to do?
Why advocacy? I've always been driven to advocate on behalf of schools and students. I believe in the power and promise of public education. I take advocacy very seriously because of my personal experiences growing up. Because my background is similar to so many of my students, I find great satisfaction in the work. I knew growing up that my public education was my ticket to a safer, healthier future. I am passionate about promoting policies that support the emotional, physical, and mental health of our students so they are able to learn and achieve. We have a student who experiences many of the same barriers I did growing up. He is an amazing artist, reader, a loyal friend, but he also struggles with mental health issues. My advocacy is driven by student needs, and he is just one of the many examples which inspire me in this work.
So much of the work that takes place in Washington, D.C., present company accepted, of course, and in Olympia, seems like kind of a black box to principals, that they feel as if they're not making a difference if they engage in this work. They feel as if so many decisions are made regardless of what it is they think. So let me ask you the question directly, Erica. Do you think that your work in advocacy is making a difference?
Absolutely. I believe we've been successful in garnering more funding for safety and mental health support. In the fall, I had invited Representative Jenny Graham to shadow me for National Principals Month and to be honored at our Veterans Day Assembly, as she is a veteran herself. A situation occurred in our neighborhood that day, and we went into lockdown during her visit. Representative Graham was able to experience firsthand the importance of school resource officers and the work of a principal to ensure the safety of hundreds in our school, and to communicate with the community regarding the resolution of the incident. The event was a once-in-a-lifetime shadowing experience for one of our representatives. Nobody ever wants something like that to happen. And she got a firsthand view into the why of supporting both safety and mental health initiatives for public schools. I think we made a difference.
Yeah, so that reality check is so important for elected officials, both at the state, local, and the federal level. So you've been at this for a few years, and you've been doing it very well as the awarded tests. And now you've become a mentor to other principals who want to become more engaged in advocacy, legislative advocacy specifically. For those principals who want to get more engaged, what would you recommend is the first step or two that they should take?
So advocacy for me began as a passion. My first experience in Olympia, Washington, occurred when I was a school counselor 25 years ago. I took a group of fifth graders to the Capitol to testify before our representatives about the importance of character education in the curriculum. Shortly thereafter, we presented at the Washington ASCD conference to a room filled with principals and superintendents. Our voice had an impact, and I was inspired by the kids to do more. Finding your passion is the beginning of advocacy. My advice to principals is to build a relationship with your representatives and your senator, and invite them into your school, much as I have done many times. If you want tips on how to get started, reach out to your state principal association, go AWSP, and the National Association of Secondary School Principals. Their advocacy centers are there to support you. Your voice matters. Follow your passions. Get involved.
I think those are great bits of advice, and we will leave it right there. Erica, thank you again, and congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Erica.
Congratulations, Erica.